Good morning, everybody. It's Susan Phelps
and Judy Atari.
And today we want to talk to you about the March market report. We've got 3 points to share with you that are going to make a difference. So don't go away. We'll be right back. But please subscribe.
And like and wait for the bonus.
Yes. Oh, yes, we have a bonus. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. And I want to bring to mind my newsletter. And I'm using my newsletter's subtitle, Are We Trending or Are We Bucking the Trend, to start off our presentation today. So, Judy, what do you think? Are we trending?
We're never trending.
I know.
Don't believe what everybody says in the news.
I know. It's so weird. But we'll see how this plays out in, I don't know, a year.
We're setting the trends. That's what we're doing.
Certainly. But only if you live here. Okay, so Judy, talk to us about what's happening in Manatee, because we have seen some little glitches in our trends that have been showing a decrease in sales and a continued increase in prices.
Yep. So single-family homes, particularly in Manatee County, increased year over year for the first time in 12 consecutive months. So increase in sales transactions.
Right.
That's really exciting. Our closed sales increased 4.4% to 756 sales. So that's quite a lot. I think they decreased a little in Sarasota, but we'll get to that. But yeah, they were up. Condo and townhome sales were down a little bit. Part of that might be supply.
Right.
But yeah, we're doing great. One thing about Manatee County is the median sales price did dip a little. It's down about 6%. But the condo prices are up 10%. So they're still, there's not drastic numbers.
And those condo sales include townhomes.
Right.
And we've seen a big influx of townhomes from
some new construction.
Right. Nearly every builder is putting that product on the market now.
Yep. And I'm not sure where villas fit.
I think the term condo is referring to the legal operation.
Okay.
Not necessarily just a unit that's in a big building. Because that includes townhomes, condos, and villas.
That's what I thought. Okay, good. Because sometimes villas get confused with single-family homes. One thing that we are seeing a little different than we've seen the last 2 or 3 years is our cash buyers. We still have a lot of cash buyers. And they did drive a lot of this crazy volume and crazy prices. Mm-hmm. So our cash buyers are down 15% on average, maybe 13 to 18%, depending on the type of home. So our cash buyers are off a little bit. I've had people, though, that planned to pay in cash, and then with the market going down, the stock market and things like that, those intended cash buyers are now financing to build that wealth back up, and they may end up paying off in cash. Right. So I've seen some of that. I actually had 2 buyers that closed in the last 2 months that did that.
Oh, so okay. Yeah, people can change their mind.
Yep.
The builder doesn't care. As long as you can show proof of funds.
Yep.
Or you qualify for a mortgage with their lender, usually.
Yes.
With their lender.
Yes.
Okay, so anything else in Manatee that's specific to...
No, but as you've seen from our videos, we still have a lot of new homes and new home communities blossoming.
Parish.
So
Judy is the parish expert, and she is on top of it. So if you have any questions about parish, here's the person to ask. And certainly place a comment below, and we'll respond as quickly as possible. So what's happening in Sarasota County? Here we go again, bucking the trend. What we've seen in the year over year, basically in the 2-county region, we look at a decrease year over year, and then sales that were in March compared to February, there was a 49.9% increase. But we've got a little bit of a glitch in the Sarasota numbers. What we saw, and remember what we're looking at in trend-wise, is a decrease in sales, and then what follows would be a decrease in prices nationally.
Normally.
Yeah.
Or nationally.
But we're bucking the trend. What we saw was as Judy mentioned, the first price decrease since February of 2019 in Manatee County. So what we're looking at in Sarasota County is a decrease in the sales, and the median price increased. So that's kind of been where we're going.
Yep.
And it certainly is bucking the national trend.
Yep. Because we'll have customers say, "Well, I'm going to wait until the prices go down." And the prices aren't really changing, and even in Manatee County, they're not going down that much.
No, not dramatically. That's for sure. We may see something pan out through the year, and indeed there are predictions based on the national picture that will follow that trend. And that we did that with foreclosures and distressed properties in general in '08, but not '08. What am I thinking? 2010, when the market started really tanking with.
I thought it was 8, maybe not.
Was it 8?
I think it was
Okay.
8. And one thing too, when you bring up distressed properties, I always try to look at that before our videos. And still in Manatee County, nothing, like 1, if that. And those get snapped up really fast. I had one in my neighborhood that we didn't even know was on the market, and it was, listed, sold that day.
Right. So are we bucking the trend? Yeah, I would say so.
We're setting the trend.
And we are compared to the rest of the real estate market in the U.S. So what does this mean for buyers? And that's who we're speaking to in general. Although sellers, there's a silver lining with this too for sellers. The answer shows up in our increased inventory. In the increased inventory, mostly resales. I wish we could tease that apart somehow.
Yeah.
But what we're seeing is an increase of 247% from the same time last year.
Sounds like a lot, but it's still not that many houses.
No, and it's certainly not a balanced market. It is still a seller's market with condo supplies and in Manatee County at 3.7 months, and the single-family home supply
At 3.
at 3.
Yeah.
Sarasota County, there's a 3.3 month supply, and for condos, and 3.1 month supply for single-family homes. So this is the good news for the buyers because they have more options.
Right, definitely more options.
And this is also, for in the resale market, this allows for a little more flexibility with negotiating prices. Sellers are not showing as hard of a line on that listing price as they have been in the past because the competition with increased inventory goes down a little bit. What do you think this means for sellers?
Well, one thing I was going to mention about the sellers is be expected for your house to stay on the market a little longer.
Yes.
Like you're not going to, you might get an offer in 2 days, but whereas a year and a half ago, you would list it, it would be under contract, it might even close in 3 weeks. We're not seeing as much of that. Where people are taking their time to choose and to really think things through.
The frenzy is finished for the most part, but sellers need to be aware that if they're going to put a property on the market, especially if it's in the luxury price range, you need to be pricing appropriate. And the sellers haven't quite shifted their thought process about that yet.
No.
But we have been seeing an increase in days on market. Now, another trend to pay attention to. If you see that luxury prices are being decreased on resale listings and they're staying on the market longer, this is an indication that the market is going to soften a little bit. So if you've got a luxury home, it's now. If you want to take advantage of that crest that's been building over the years because it's starting to go down a little bit.
And every once in a while, if somebody has something priced appropriately, they may get over that asking price. But if you shoot too high, people aren't going to come see it.
Right.
They're going to say, well, no, if I can get this and this for, say, $800,000, I'm going to go with one that's priced right that looks more of a better value. So you have some very educated buyers out there.
Right.
And real estate agents that are
And
helping
real
them.
estate agents.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's bonus time. Hey, I am giving you 3 salient points that I gleaned from a meeting that I went to. Ted C. Jones is an economist and a vice president in the Stewart Title Company. And every year he comes, he does his routes all over the U.S. talking about the economy and how it's affecting the local real estate market. Okay, so Ted C. Jones, he's quoting here from USA Today and the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve's meeting minutes from December state their intention to raise the Fed funds rate to 5 to 5.5% and to keep it there until the year end. Only 2 of the 19 policymakers thought the rates would be slightly less. So he pulls together information and predictions from a lot of different sources. And so what this means to you folks is don't wait. It's not going to change dramatically before the end of the year and maybe not into the first quarter of next year. And if you look at the rates historically, we're still
very reasonable rates.
Looking at reasonable rates.
They keep saying every lender I speak with, every meeting I go to, this is normal. This is a good rate. It's not 13 to 17% back from the 80s.
Right, and you say that word normal, which brings to the second point. For 2023, pause, look both ways, and reflect. The economy, new normal economy, means take a look at 66 days in the past, 2 months in the past. That is indicating a permanent change. So I'm going to pay attention to that and see if that rings true in our area. We are seeing shrinking commercial sales, shrinking house and apartment sales, and we've got so many apartments going up now.
We do.
And so we may see that slow down a little bit. And with all of that, we'll see some downward pressure on rents and home values.
Now that we have some actual competition in the rental market.
So the bad news is this is almost guaranteeing a recession in 2023, but it's not going to land hard in this area. It's going to be kind of an ease into short recession. These are not our predictions. This is coming straight from Ted C. Jones. And all of this is really based on the U.S. Census. If you look at the 10 states that have had the highest percentage change in their populations, which indicates demand growth, obviously, Florida's at the top. Florida's at the top with a 1.9% change from 2021 to 2022. And that's a net change of 416,000 plus people in Florida. So we've got a lot going on here in Florida. Then
it feels like all of them here.
Right.
On the roads.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And then I'll go down the list. Then there's Idaho, South Carolina, Texas, South Dakota, Montana, Delaware, Arizona, North Carolina, and Utah also saw percent changes ranging from 1.8 down to 1.2% in Utah. So there's a lot of people who are still moving around.
Yep.
But Florida's drawing the biggest portion of them. So if you're one of those people, we think that you ought to contact us.
Yeah.
Because we are very knowledgeable, hyper-local realtors that want to find you your Florida home.
Yep. And please be patient with us on YouTube. We've had a few comments that we have replied to that disappear.
I know.
So we try to look and try to re-reply. So our apologies there.
Okay, yeah.
But call us, message us.
Right?
We're here.
Smoke signal.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's our market report for March. And next month we'll be back with another market report. And we hope that you have watched this. And if you have questions, please comment below. Enjoy And thanks for watching. Till the next time. Bye-bye.